Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Going in hard today, my people. I just want to show you this. This is shot from the airplane on one of my trips. You can see I shot this out the window, and this is a giant craft that was trailing the airplane the whole time. Now I'm going to square that up, zoom it in, and I'm going to bring the contrast down so you can see the detail and structure in it. Okay, we're going to go in right here where you can see this structure that looks like a dome, and you see the windows and you see the geometry and structure that's in it. We're going to zoom in a little tighter. Okay, no way in the world this should be at 30-something thousand feet trailing us. Pointed in the front. Look at the immensity of this. This is way bigger than the airplane. Okay, I mean, right outside the window, people aren't even paying attention, and you can see the entity or etching that's on the outside of this craft. Looks like a bear face right there. Here's his nose, his eye, head. Now people can Google this stuff and you can see ancient depictions of certain vessels that had animal faces on them, carvings, things that look like nature. You can see it right there. Can't make it up, my people. And I'm about to show you another entity that's 30,000 something feet in the sky. And look at this lion being. See his face, see his arms, his head, and his body is down here. Let's go in. Okay, now I'm gonna zoom in on the face. I'm gonna play with the contrast, and I'm gonna zoom in on his face to show you the detail. This is at 30 something thousand feet, or whatever they tell you when we're flying in airplanes. You see the elongated head. Here's his eye, nose, and mouth. Look at this distinction of the nose. You can see clearly that's a nose. Let's zoom in. You see that, people? Super close up. Eye, nose, mouth. Let's zoom out. Pull the contrast. That's so clear to see, my people. I'm just here to show you the stuff that's in the ether that no one else is doing. Only a handful of us around. Look at that. How is that outside the airplane? Okay. And in perspective from the giant craft, it's right under it. Let's zoom in on the craft again. This is like one of the ships that Kala showed on one of his lives. Look at that, folks. Look at the detail and structure in that ship. Hold that in tight. Unbelievable. I got another couple shots I want to show you. I want to show you this entity right here. A friend of mine was with me and he was like, Riz, I want to have a personal experience. I never had one before. I said, well, let's go outside and let's focus our energy up into the heavens or into the sky. And he saw for himself that this being appeared out of the ether. Now, I'm going to play the contrast, of course. You can see him right here. He has some type of point on his helmet. Here's his head. He's wearing a V-shaped collar. Here's his body and arm. And this is the disturbance that's going on around his body. And it's also a giant UFO craft that's right here. That's emitting the chemtrail or smoke into the sky so they can cloak themselves. It's right here, oval shaped. And you can see the sections in it, the windows. I'll zoom in on that real quick. Square it up and pull contrast so it can articulate visually. See it, folks? Now I'll zoom out. This shape. And this entity right here coming through. Now let's play with the contrast. Let's zoom in. Matter of fact, let me reduce the zoom and then do this. No, that's not going to be conducive. I almost got his face in there. You can see it. He's wearing some type of helmet. You can see his eyes are looks like the Iron Man helmet where they're like slits. That's his face right there. And this is some type of point that's on his helmet. This is V-shaped collar. Let's zoom out. See that for yourself, my people. That's broad daylight. Just put energy forth, and this is what popped out. Let's play with the contrast again so you can see. And that looks like an eye also too, like the eye of Horus. Yeah, my life is like a supernatural movie, people. Always. Very interesting, very intriguing. Just pieces to the puzzle. The mystery. Look at that guy. I mean, come on. You can see his clothing. And his collar going around his neck. Let's try to get that in a little better. And I'm going to rotate this picture too. So you can see, like, because this guy's leaning over. So I'm going to rotate right. There we go. Now he's inverted straight up and down. And I'll try to get that in. Look at that, folks. And you can see those eyes. Let's see if we can zoom in. Yeah, this is excellent right here. This is the face of the entity. Always some type of animal being, like a cat or a lion. Here's the eye, nose, and the mouth is here. It's obscured, but I'm seeing it clear, and I see an ear or something off here. Let's zoom in. And I'm going to pull the contrast. You see the eyes. That's wicked, folks. Now let's zoom out. That's the face of the entity. Look at the colors. I mean, I'm seeing like violets and purples, greens, and I'm going to zoom in on his collar to show you, like, that's intelligence, my people. I've showed in previous videos where entities are wearing these V-shaped collars and they have gems and jewels in them. Like almost like a decoration, a necklace. Look at that. Now that's excellent right there. Now let's zoom out. And there he is. Weird. Almost looks like some type of Japanese attire. But I've seen videos where people saw entities with these helmets and points on the helmets. Yeah, a guy said he worked on an oil rig one time and he was filming outside, saw a giant craft, and it flew over him and entities came out of it and they were like trying to grab him. They were giant beings. Moving on. Okay. Back to the Soul Train shots. Because we're going to go in close on these and try to make some of these people come through with the contrast. Let's pull the contrast down. Okay. That's good. Now we're going to go across and we're going to start to see some of the people and entities that are in here. See the faces? See the eyes? Yeah, these are people, heads. Let's pull the contrast and zoom in. Okay, we're going to hold that steady, and then we're going to pull the light again. You see the eyes and the anatomical features of heads. This is crazy, folks. Let's zoom in on this entity right here. He's coming through very clear. And let's pull down the bright. You see him? This is outside the plane. This flew past the plane. It was about, in my guesstimation, about 10 miles long. And our plane was going this direction. This object was above the plane because I filmed it up out the window, and it was going that direction fast. See him, folks? See all the people in line? The soul train, waiting to get to Earth, waiting to reincarnate. I got another shot. Let's see if it comes in clear. This is another one. And you can see the dark band that's extended under the object. And then this is a way better shot. You see all the people, excuse me, you see all the people that are in line. This is a better shot. Let's pull in so we can show you some of the anatomical features of people. You see them? Heads. Let's pull the contrast. You see them, folks? Now I'm moving my device across the screen just to show you that they're in a straight line in formation. Now I'm scrolling across. You see my finger at the bottom so I can show you all the entities that are in line. You can pause and screenshot any given time, and you'll see all these are people. The Soul Train. They got that from a real place because these people know. The people that control this realm, they know. Look at this guy looking up. I mean, wow, that's so clear. Look at his head. Here's his nose, his eyes, his mouth, his head. Now I'll pull a contrast to see if that can come through any clearer. Unbelievable. Look at that guy there. Let's zoom out and hit the contrast again. Soul Train, folks. Just a slight continuation. Reinforcement. You see the faces. Just information, folks. I know you see him. I'm just letting it resonate. Yeah, and let's see where we are. Okay. Back to the giant ship, 35,000 feet up. Think we're going to ride out with that one? Let it resonate. Let it sink in. Show you that it's a giant vessel that's 35,000 some odd feet up, filmed from an airplane. Peace, love, and light. Yeah. And then the animal being, the lion man. Nose, eye, mouth, crazy looking head. Looks like a giant horn. Just let that sink in. Lion deities are a common theme. Peace, love, and light.